Okay.
All right, we call the meeting to order. And
Mhm.
the first order of business is the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to
flag
the
to the
flag
flag
of the
of
United
the United
States
States of America,
to the
and to
republic
the
Republic,
republic
for
for
which it
which it
stands,
stands,
as
one nation,
nation under God,
indivisible, with
indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
with
justice
justice
for all.
for all. Okay, then the first order of business is the approval of the minutes.
I'll motion to approve.
And I'll second it.
We have a motion to approve. Who made the motion?
It's Fred, right? Was that Fred?
Yeah, I think it was Justin.
Oh, Justin. Sorry, Justin.
Okay, you got it, Gia?
Yes, thank you.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the meetings, the minutes are accepted.
Mhm.
I have nothing to report. I only would like to comment on the minutes. They are always excellent, and I always enjoy reading them and remembering
Oh,
all the good things that are going on in Trumbull.
yeah. Me as well.
Good things.
I as well.
It's always a good feeling to get these minutes. All right. Um, Rena, are you going to give the report or
Yes. So what we're going to do tonight, because I'm just getting back in the swing, and I have to get caught up on where certain things stand in terms of all of our business. So Rob and I started that process today, just kind of connecting and matching our notes and so forth. And what we decided to do today was that Rob was going to sort of take us through some recent approvals, some projects that are out there. He's going to talk to those projects and give us a report, and that will kind of help update me on certain things a little further. It'll update the commission, and it'll give, I'm still getting my sea legs back. So I think that that would be great. Just before we get to that, there were just a few things that Gia and I reviewed right before earlier today that she wanted me to be aware of and, so forth. And we do, as you know, have a list of ribbon cuttings coming up. And we'll get that list out that we've been kind of having in the wings and we need to schedule. And one of those will include the Pediatric Healthcare Associates. And it sounds like from Gia, they're targeting a date in March for that opening. That's the pediatric group on the Hill by Echo.
Mhm.
So, and then there's the autism group. Remind me, G, is it in Bloom?
Yes, in Bloom Autism.
In Bloom Autism that's in the corporate park. There is a Dubé dance that we are going to reschedule. We were going to do that before the holidays and just schedules didn't work out. So that's a new dance studio in the corporate park. And then let's see, who am I missing?
Um, Trumbull Fitness.
Okay, Trumbull Fitness, which is in the corporate park, and that's a new management or new leadership of that business. So we'll be scheduling all of those things, and quite a few of them are in the corporate park, actually. That's interesting that 3 of the businesses are in the actual Trumbull corporate park. So those will get scheduled in the near future. So we just wanted you to know that. The other thing Gia just reminded me of is that that every few years we host the nationals for the what's the name of the tournament? The
BMX.
BMX Nationals. It's their regional competition,
Right.
and we've hosted it any number of times, and it will be again this summer. So there's some preparation work that will be done to get ready for that, and we'll be reporting on that. That's always a good thing for economic development too, because it brings a lot of people, visitors, to the area. They spend money in our restaurants. So we do, support that very much. And we will again this year. And I know Gia was working on updating our restaurant list and all those lists that get posted and get sent out to all of the visitors that are coming to town, which is great. So, and we encourage, and we should further encourage, and maybe Gia and I can talk about this, and maybe Dan and Afrio and Fred, ways to promote Trumbull and Trumbull businesses during that week, some additional promotion. So in terms of other project updates, business location updates, I'm not prepared to do that tonight. I need to get my hands around that. So you should get a full briefing in March at our meeting. And in between, if we need to, we'll get some information out to you. But I want to quickly turn over to Rob. He's going to update us on a number of projects, one that just recently passed, a housing project, one that is coming through the process, and some other projects that he's been following and helping to deal with. For those that don't know, Rob is our town planner, but he is he handles all of the technical work that happens on applications. And he's got a good finger on the pulse of everything pretty much that's coming through, at least planning and zoning, or approaching planning and zoning soon. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Rob. Thank you for being here tonight.
Sure.
Thank you for everything you've done and the commission's done in my absence. For those that don't know, I did have major surgery. So in my absence, Gia and Rob, primarily for our office, have been really stepping in, and it's much appreciated. And I just want to say thank you.
Our pleasure. So I did talk to Rena this morning, so she kind of gave me a rundown of lists to update you. So most of these are very as of today. So this is a really good update for this commission of projects that are coming in that have been approved, things that are kind of hanging out there and what the status is. So I've talked to a few of the property owners, developers, attorneys that are involved in these projects. So this is a pretty good up-to-date list of what we have so far. So I know on your agenda you have business update and community development update. So I'm just going to do the business update first. And if you have any questions along the way, please, feel free to just interrupt me and just ask. So the first one we're going to talk about is 6 Cambridge Drive, the self-storage facility that was approved. We had a few hiccups along the way with Eversource, and they have that high tension wire there. It seems like everything is kind of smoothed out there, and then we're moving forward. We're in the final process of getting their demo permit to start demoing the property. So with the engineering department right now, they just need to make sure that the sewer is disconnected there, and they should be okay to sign. So I did speak to engineering this morning, and
Great.
they're more than likely able to sign off on that so we can get that off our plate and them to start doing work out there. Next one is Trumbull Center. There's a lot of things going on in Trumbull Center. I did speak to the leasing agent there, Eileen, this morning. We did talk about the Fatty Patty space, that location. It looks like that space is going to be occupied. They're just working out the building permit process right now. They want to do a few minor updates there, but it is going to be a food service establishment. It is going to be most likely the people from Trumbull Cafe are going to be occupying that space. They're not leaving their current location. They're just expanding their business to 2 locations there.
Right.
And then we have the Emma space. Looks like that's going to be moving forward hopefully soon. They're just the lease is in the potential business owner's hands right now, so they're just finalizing that lease agreement. So hopefully we'll see some activity there soon as well. I think you've probably seen in the recently in the news about Wonder coming. You probably heard about it maybe last month.
Mm.
One, there's franchise I don't want to say fast food, but food service um, that's going to go between CVS and Starbucks, those two empty spaces over there. They're going to be occupying both spaces. They're in the building permit process. There's no need for anything for planning and zoning to approve or not because that space has already been approved. And they received their special permits and site plan approval. So they're just getting ready. I think they're moving pretty fast as well too. So we should see that happening fairly soon. I just heard
that-
from Elise. Yep,
It's that food hall concept, they're calling it. Food hall concept is what
food
they're-
hall concept. Okay, good,
Okay.
good to know. Yeah, I
That's
didn't want to say
great.
fast food because it's not fast food. It's
Yeah, no, definitely.
okay.
A lot of people are really excited about that. A lot of the moms.
That's interesting because it's a new concept to me, so I just find it interesting. So you've dealt with this concept before, Layla?
I know it from New York City. They have a
Right.
few of them in New York City. It's basically like different restaurants will have their chefs make like a menu, I guess, that is specifically, I don't know if they prepare the food beforehand and then I don't know how it works, but like if the location cooks it and then we'll deliver it as well, but it's like from different restaurants. So I don't know if they're going to have restaurants from our area or if they're going to have just, some famous restaurants and then just deliver it. But yeah, you have like different options like a Mexican, an Italian, dumplings, whatever.
Interesting.
I was interested in this concept as well, so I did a little research. Looks like they cook the meals, they're pre-cooked about 80% of the way, and the final 20% or so is done in-house. So there's just a variety of different options. So if you're with somebody and somebody wants to get Italian and someone wants to get something else, it's a one-stop shop.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Really looking forward to this, everyone. I think it's exciting.
The franchise,
Yes.
Yep.
And I already started getting targeted ads of coupons in my email box.
Interesting.
Yeah. I already got one. I'm getting one every single day now leading up to, I guess, when they open, but it's like, the 10% off your next order, like things like that every day.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, there's
right?
there's one already in Fairfield, and I
Right.
heard it's pretty busy.
Okay.
Next one is Quick Pack and Ship.
Yeah.
Um, I heard they're doing very well down there. They all are in in the process of almost or in the process or already have the ability to take Amazon returns as well too.
Oh, great.
So that's pretty big. So that's gonna be great. You probably
Sorry, where is that?
in Trumbull Center, Quick Pack and Ship.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. Also, you probably are aware that Ichiro closed,
Mhm.
and I heard from the leasing agent as well that Brugger's more likely will be leaving after June. So that whole area is going to be empty. I believe probably I heard it was to allow for more square footage for hopefully a bigger user for that side of the center. And also we're going to Long Hill Green. Mariana's is moving out of the current space this month. I believe she's looking for another space. She's been looking in town at a couple locations and trying to see where she may be able to move to.
I just
Oh.
want to note, I spoke with the owners today, and they're very committed to staying in Trumbull. It's difficult for them. It's not the easiest option, but
Right.
I just hope everyone understands that the commitment and dedication they have to Trumbull is really outstanding.
Absolutely. And just trying to find the right real estate for them. That's a challenge. And then we will have a new business backfilling that spot, as people have heard and we've discussed before. So that will be coming right behind this.
Hmm.
Right. Also, if we go toward the Monroe line area, Our Edges, Massage Envy will be leaving soon. I believe they may have left already. So they're going to be out, and there's some talk about reinventing that location as well too. So you may see something happening in front of your commission fairly soon. Also, the Planning and Zoning Commission at the last meeting in January approved a barber shop at 35 Nutmeg Drive. So that was definitely a plus there. There was an empty location that they just had to fill, and there was minor work that had to be done, so they're moving pretty fast and getting occupied there too. So you may see a grand opening coming your way as well.
Great.
So now I'm just going into the community development planning section. So we're talking about 12 Cambridge. I did speak with the attorney today. There was a few outstanding things that he wanted to discuss with staff about the architecture and a few other items. He's supposed to be sending me renderings. I've asked him a couple of times. He's sending them to me hopefully by tomorrow. We're gonna have a meeting with him. They want to start work springtime for this project. So
And that's the senior housing on 12 Cambridge that was approved, boy, I would say
Mhm.
about half a year or more ago, right?
yep. hmm right in front along Reservoir Avenue. There is a project on, I believe what's that? 2150 Reservoir Avenue. The It's Steve Shapiro's project. It's a residential development for 48 apartments and one residential apartment in the front. That did receive planning and zoning approval at the last meeting. We did require that the modifications to the text amendment show a 15% affordability in that application, which is more than we usually require. So, I haven't heard what their next steps are, but they did get their approval. And right
Rob, is
next,
that the Avery Abrasives building?
no, no, so
Okay.
it's a little further south.
But the Avery Abrasives, was that, because I know there were a lot of applications on Reservoir. One of Avery Abrasives building is one of them, correct?
No, Avery Abrasives, there was interest at that time, but I believe there's a new, excuse me, user in there now. That's still using the industrial use in that, and for that building.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's no change, thankfully, to that parcel.
That is good news. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Rob, can you clarify for me, because the Avery Abrasives, last I met, they were still looking to determine who the user was going to be. Has something over the last month changed?
No, Rena, not that I know of.
Okay, so I think they're still just considering another user. I don't think
Mhm.
it's moved that much
Okay.
different. But we still are looking for, that to be sort of a commercial property. It's a key location. It's got a lot of issues there, in terms of, us where we are having some housing proposals come up. We're trying to make sure they're set back, make sure that, that there's other kinds of things mitigated when those proposals come, and that we're preserving our commercial real estate as best we can for future use and for industrial and commercial use as appropriate. So,
Mhm.
So after the Shapiro project, we have Vessel, which is you've probably, I don't know, Rena, if you've spoken to them before about, I assume about Vessel.
so Vessel is a affordable housing developer. They are proposing an 830G affordable housing application right next to where Rob is, right next door, literally the property right next door to between Avery Abrasives actually and Reservoir, Steve Shapiro's property that we were just discussing. There's property between there, and there's a proposal for an 830G housing development there. And it will be something that's much discussed, I'm sure. but I think that there's an opportunity for Trumbull with this project to get a number of credit points toward a moratorium in the future. So you'll be hearing more about that. Rob can speak to the actual, how many units and all of this that they're
Yeah,
proposing.
so as of right now, this application is still in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission. They requested that they review the phase 1 and phase 2 environmental studies. We recently hired a third party at the expense of the applicant to review those environmental, because there was, as of right now, there's a car storage, I don't want to say junkyard, area in the back, and they just want to make sure that everything is environmentally safe for a residential user for that site. So the commission is meeting this month on the 18th, the Planning and Zoning Commission, and they're going to discuss again to make sure that they have all the information they need. They may have the third party reviewer come to the meeting and discuss their findings as well too. I know engineering is working with them, with the third party, to understand the impacts on the site. They did receive, I think, an okay from a study for WPCA that the sewer hookups are adequate enough for this type of development. So I think that there's a possibility for a positive recommendation for this project. But we'll see when the Planning and Zoning Commission meets on the 18th. I don't know if there's any questions about that one.
Oh,
Rob, how many proposed units is it? Can you speak to anything about that number?
Yeah, so I think there's around 150.
Okay. And again, it's more south on Reservoir, if you will?
So there's Avery Abrasives, and then I believe it's one parcel down from there, from that corner.
Nice.
And then right next door is the other approved project.
Yep.
And then right behind both of those projects is 12 Cambridge.
Okay. Thanks for geographically
Sure.
placing that. Thank you.
Sure. So then after that, we just received a text amendment for 211 Teller Road. This was, I don't know if you are aware of, there's a horse farm on Teller Road, old German style house, sort of if you're driving downhill there. They're looking to put some age restricted housing in that area. So they're coming in front of the Planning and Zoning Commission with a text amendment first to see if this type of use is palatable. So we actually just received that application on Monday. Let's see, Booth Hill and Unity. There's that housing development as well too, that they're looking for a text amendment and a site plan approval. I believe they're just doing the text amendment right now. Rena and I have been going back and forth with the developer. They did make modifications the way we requested. They took a couple of the housing units further away from the wetland area, but they still have a lot of work to do and get their inland wetlands approval and WPCA, and you have to go through the whole gambit first, so they haven't gotten to that point yet. So they're just coming in front of us for the text amendment first to allow the use there. Let's see. Next on our planning zoning agenda is our housing moratorium that we're looking to extend 50 less than 50 units. Anything more would have to be age restricted. And if you probably saw at the corner of Lake and Main, the gas station is finally getting built. They are putting the framing up and the foundations in. So hopefully things are going to start speeding up in that area.
Oh boy, I haven't seen that. See, that's an update for me. I can't drive, but if I could drive, I would drive over there and check it out.
It's nothing great, Rena. It's a bunch of sticks on top of concrete.
Yeah,
Don't
still
get
a
me too
mess.
excited.
We'll send you a picture.
Yes, please, please.
But they're all nice and symmetrical, though, I have to say. Looks very,
Yes.
very
I
nicely
do-
done.
I agree. It looks like it's gonna flow much better in that parking lot and
Yeah.
in and out and the way that the building's being placed, yeah.
Yeah, and how far back it is. You can see with the framing and see how far back the building's gonna be. Which is good. And I think that's all I have for the projects coming and the status to them. If anybody has any questions, please let me ask away. Now I'll hand it over to Gia.
Great update, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rena covered everything that else we had talked about in terms of events, so that I think that's it for our regular agenda items.
Well, I just wanted to thank Gia and Rob again. They've been outstanding, as you know, as you hear. They've been, really on top of things, and that's much appreciated. So I just want to call them out again and thank them.
Well, I just want to say that we miss our general
Ah,
and we can't wait to see her again and have her back.
you guys.
Absolutely.
So we miss you and we
That's
can't wait to
me.
see you again, Rena.
Mm.
Love you guys. I feel the same way. And we will. We're getting there.
Good.
Good.
Touch and go for a while, but yeah.
Okay.
In the
Vicky,
meantime,
thank you. I also want to call out Vicky. She has been amazing on top of things, keeping on top of every issue. I don't know how she does it with between the budget and this and that going on, but she's on top of everything related to the stuff we're working on because
Mhm.
we do work as a team anyway, with Vicky, and the team is together watching what's happening and working through these projects. But I mean, I think that she's just spent so much time making sure that everybody's informed and that everybody's, and that's just amazing. This is teamwork that you don't see everywhere, and people don't realize that it goes on because everybody's, worried about what's going on social media here or there. There's so much teamwork that goes on here, and it's just if people really could see that, they would really be appreciative of how dedicated people are at the town, from the top to the bottom of the ladder, so to speak. So I couldn't be more grateful to everybody. And, when you go through something difficult, you see things with very clear eyes.
Mhm.
A lot of things that are unimportant fall away. And
For
you
sure.
see very, very clearly things and what's important, what isn't, what needs to be prioritized. And so this has been a really amazing journey, a difficult but amazing journey for me. And the clarity that it's brought just in the importance of things and stuff is something that I hope that I continue to sort of bring to my work. But I think it maybe we all can take a little bit of it home with us,
Well, Rena, we're all here for you, and you make it easy for us, as you've organized your department, and so I can't say thank you enough for you always. And we all just want you to get stronger and get better, and so we can see you in person back in the office. But meantime, we're all here for you. So
Yeah, thank
whatever
you.
you need, that we're here.
Thank you.
We can't do as good a job as you do, but we can try.
Yes, you can. And the amazing outpouring of support from the community, from the business community, from just people in community and my friends, and it's just been amazing.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we just are here for you, and whatever comes up, we can take care of it. And I want you to make a slow recovery and don't overdo, as we said, because we want you back here. And we're here for you, whatever you need.
Thank you.
Good.
So with that, I think we're turning
Rena,
back to Carol. Yeah.
do you have any updates on grants?
Well, actually, there was a grant that I was made aware of that got funded through the Himes office, I believe. It was
Yep.
funded through just this week, so I'm not in the know on the total amounts and everything. I haven't digested that yet, but this is the Beardsley Force Main Pump project that George Estrada and I and Bill Mauer have been working on for several years, actually, this is through the appropriations process of the federal government. And this project will help address some of the inadequacies in our sewer infrastructure and so forth that really need updating. And this particular project will benefit Trumbull primarily, but it will also benefit downstream Bridgeport because if a force main breaks that's weak, it pollutes and affects the entire area.
Right.
And so it is both a benefit to the Bridgeport community and to Trumbull and anything that passes through Trumbull, right?
So Rena, the value of that grant is 1,092,000.
Okay,
Beardsley Pump Station and Force Main Replacement.
great, great.
So that-
1,092,092. I just got to write this
Yeah,
down.
1,092,000.
Okay,
That's good news.
That's great news.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. And I
Right.
want to thank again Bill Mauer and George Estrada, who really helped on this tremendously. We've been working on it, I would say, for at least 2 years, at least. And I want to thank Congressman Himes. He's been backing us up and supporting this project and this important infrastructure. So he's been great.
That's good. Good news.
Yeah,
And
we've gotten quite, now, remember, we got an appropriation for the Veterans Center project from Himes's office through this process. We also got one from Blumenthal and Murphy's office, but that was separate, under a separate year and separate process. And then we've got now another grant from this process, this appropriations process for this project too. So we've been doing, as a town, pretty well on the federal appropriations.
very good. Very good. Is there anything to report on events, upcoming events?
I know we're slated to host the broker network in April, so we'll probably report on that in March.
Okay.
Vicky and I have to put our heads together about where, and I think we have the when, but we don't have the where and, the approach. But as you know, we do it a few times a year.
Yes.
It's not really an event, but I was reminded recently that our GBT Connect program, as of right now, will be ending in June, I believe.
Oh, that's too bad. They weren't able to get the continuation funding because I know they also stopped it in the valley.
At this point, no. Vicky had shared an email with me, with our GBT Connect people, reminding us that that's when it's slated to end as of right now. So maybe
They'll
that
get
could change.
funding, pilot funding
Yeah.
will extend. I know that the valley did stop I heard that they had stopped their service. I think all the pilot groups are waiting to see if they get through the budget process.
Mm.
I don't know, Dan, if you've heard anything about this, but through the budget process, if they're going in for an additional funding, for GBT, it may be in that process and they can't really commit to it unless it gets approved in the state budget.
Right. Okay. Can we move on now to BRBC? Is that going to be you, Fred, or?
Well, I'll kick
I will
us off
turn it over to
there.
Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. I'm going to pass it right back to you, Fred, just in case, because I know I missed the January meeting for the Trumbull Chamber. So I don't know if anything particular came up on that, but I just wanted to echo everyone's sentiments on you, Rena. It's good to hear your voice. So just keep on the good fight and get stronger and better so we can see you back, giving all of us marching orders, as Rob pointed out,
Yes,
including us at the chamber.
amen.
Um, and Rob, it's good to see you on one of these calls. I know you jump on periodically, and it's good to see that we're not tasting meatballs tonight.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
to
no
talk
thanks.
about those meatballs. Yeah, how many meatballs can you eat, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
they weren't as bad as last year, but it was an interesting evening, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Dan warned me. It was hilarious. He's like, "You think these are going to be good?" Some of them weren't that good.
We need Rena and Gia to place next
Let me
year.
tell you,
Yeah.
we may have to team up on this.
But Fred, I'll pass it to you just initially. I don't know if there's anything particular from the Trumbull Chamber side that came up in the January meeting. I know I missed that meeting, so I'm not privy to if there's any actual items or interesting things that came up in that conversation. But I do have a few things from the BRBC side, the regional side, that I just want to make mention of.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Just briefly, great Trumbull Chamber of Commerce meeting, a lot of engagement, a lot of positive energy. I was very informed by the team to follow up on the Main Street Dollar program and see if we had any success stories or any information to share. I'm not sure if anybody has any updates on that, but if you don't tonight, please pass along that information so I could share that with the chamber.
So I spoke with Michelle Jacob, and Ronnie, and Gia and I caught up very, very briefly today on this. But it sounds like things were successful, and we do an analysis of the impact of the funding each year. Just to and we keep a running sort of tally, right, G, of what the return on investment is and how much money went to the community. So we will do that again this year. I mean, it really has been one of my goals to expand the project, but it's hard too because you can't, the more businesses you add to it, it dilutes the amount of money that gets spent. And, so we want to thank Kathy McGannon and her foundation, the Mustard Seed Foundation. They were one of our sponsors this year. And the Rotary is an ongoing, I know you're involved with this as well. You're on the chamber, you're on the Rotary, and you're on the Economic Development Commission. So you cover a lot of bases for us, Fred. But the Rotary has been a key sponsor for this, and we really appreciate that. And people love this program. They really do. So we'll have to see how many certificates got turned in by which businesses. We always know certain businesses are extremely popular, particularly given the time of year, but we would like to expand it at some point. So we've talked about it internally, and we'll keep thinking it through and trying to pick up, if we could pick up one or two signature sponsors additionally, that would really, I think, be our goal.
Great. Thank you all for that update. And Dan, just I'm sure you'll mention about the National Civics Bee, if you could add that to your list of items you'll speak about. That's it for our most recent chamber meeting. I'll turn it back to Dan.
Thanks, Fred. Yeah, and I would just add for the Trumbull Chamber next month, or actually this month, it's already February, gosh. We will be presenting a new slate of officers for the board at the meeting. We have kind of the usual crowd that shows up, but we've got a good group, I think, of new folks that we'll share with you, Fred, on some of the folks that threw their hat in a ring to get more involved. It's nice to get some fresh faces and new businesses to partner up with and to bring new ideas and other things to do to support the Trumbull business community. So more to come on that in the next month. Probably, Fred or I will probably give everyone an update next month. But as it relates to the regional stuff, last week we did hold our legislative breakfast. It was a conversation around the housing bill that passed in November. It was a good conversation. I was hopeful we were going to get to some more Q&A because I know there's some questions out there about how this program is going to impact our communities. Definitely the walkaway or takeaway from that meeting was really a wait and see. I don't think we're going to see much action in this next legislative session that's starting tomorrow up in Hartford. I think they're going to see how this bill plays out. I think we got acknowledgement from both sides of the aisle that they expect to have some amendments probably next year to this bill. But they want to see kind of how it plays out this year with the changes that went into effect and how that impacts development projects and things of that nature. We did post a summary in our weekly newsletter that went out today that kind of just talks, real high level, some of the things that that were included in the bill that, are noteworthy. So as I mentioned, the session starts tomorrow. We do have, as always, we partner up with CBIA, the Connecticut Business Industry Association. And I'm sharing on the screen now if you can see it. Basically what their policies are going to be focusing on, or their policy crew is going to be focusing on, and specifically really around small business competitiveness. And the three areas, and I'll share this with Gia so she can get it out to the rest of the commission, is around affordability, efficiency, and workforce readiness. So we always, at least historically, since I've been here, have partnered with our government relations committee and CBIA to support the same initiatives that help our business community. So you'll see more conversations on this as we head into the session. It's a short session this year. And then finally, Fred mentioned it, as you know, since the theme was tonight for me is government relations. Our Civics Bee, it's our third year hosting our Civics Bee for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So think spelling bee, but for civics. And these kids are really fantastic that submit essays on issues that impact our community. And the purpose of it is really to give them exposure to the importance of their engagement in their civic responsibility and encourage them to continue to get involved. We don't expect them all to become politicians, nor do we want them to be, but they learn a lot through this process, and they go on to compete at the state level, and then ultimately down in Washington, D.C., across the country with other kids, middle schoolers. And the winner wins, $100,000 towards their 529 B plan.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a significant amount of money. The state prize, I think, is 5,000, and our regional prize is $500.
Oh.
So, it's nothing to shy away from. And I will tell you, I've been sharing on LinkedIn and on our Facebook channels, Arav, who's represented Fairfield County the last 2 years. We've had representation, I'm sorry, from Fairfield County the last 2 years, but Arav, who went last year to the Nationals, there was I had brought him on to Fox News, and we did a story on Fox News, and you listen to this kid speak, and it's really powerful, the experiences they've had. He competed our first year, and you can tell he wasn't as sharp, but this year he hit it out of the park. So, and then the other gentleman that came in second actually started a podcast. I got a note from his parents expressing their gratitude to the BRBC that gave him encouragement to start this podcast. And that's why we do it. It's to connect them with our local elected officials, but also to encourage them on the importance of their civic responsibility. When you hear statistics that the majority of 8th graders don't have confidence in their government or don't trust their government, that's a problem. So we need the business community to help support them and encourage them to get involved. So happy to do it. I'm happy that our government relations committee also agrees that this is an important initiative for us. And we'll be doing it again. The deadline to submit essays for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders is February 17th. I did send it to Dr. Semmel, superintendent in Trumbull. We can't solicit directly to the students, but it doesn't mean you can't. If you know any middle schoolers in the Trumbull area or anywhere in Connecticut for that matter, I'll also send that flyer and the details to Gia so she can forward on to you folks as a follow-up. But at the schools, we do need buy-in from the superintendents and principals so that the civic teachers in their respective communities encourage their kids to submit an essay and compete. It's a fun day and it's a worthy cause. So,
Dan,
but that's
Dan,
yes.
Did Dr. Summer respond to you?
He didn't, but I'm sending out a follow-up tomorrow to all the supers. So I'll send him another note. Yep.
Okay. And can you send that to me too? I
Sure.
think I sent it to him a long time ago.
You did.
when-
Yeah. You
when
had a
we
meeting
talked
with him
about
and you
this.
met with him and
Yeah.
we've been sending out pretty much the last, I don't know, 4 months or so. We've been hitting up all the superintendents in the county.
Okay.
Hey, Dan,
Yes.
when I was, uh, I guess in high school, I entered a contest called I Speak for Democracy, and I won a radio.
Yay!
So it definitely was the beginning of invite.
See? And look at you now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's great, Farrell. That's great. Now, it's no longer it's no longer radios. They just want the cash.
Right.
Mhm.
They need the cash.
That's for sure.
But that's all I have for the BRBC. Obviously, we'll probably be doing an after hours for somewhere in the region. Usually we kick it off around the March Madness stuff with the basketball just to make it fun. But we'll see. We don't have anything finalized just yet, but soon we'll probably have something just to get the business community together in a casual setting.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Very, very interesting. Okay, I don't think there's any or any outsiders, any community people with us tonight. Vicky, did you want to add anything to this before we sign off?
No, not really. I mean, if somebody has a question for me, we're in the budget process right now, so that's obviously taking most of my time, and my budget is due on March 2nd or 3rd, whatever the first Monday is in March. So it's already it's just a month away, so we're just busy, very busy with that. So, but if anybody has any questions, we're glad to answer them.
No? Anybody else have anything they'd like to add or question? Okay,
Yep.
just to
I just thought it
reiterate,
was a great meeting. It was nice to have Rob with us too. I thought that was great. So we'll have to make Rob do this again someday,
Thanks for
and
having me. No, this is
I know,
a stress-free meeting, which I love.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
The
yes,
other ones.
yes.
oh, you're welcome anytime, Rob.
Thank you.
We send you a big hug.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you.
Yes. I
We'll
can't
have to
wait to
figure out
see you.
how we're gonna get that soup to you.
Oh,
Uh,
I'll have to see if maybe my daughter can pick it up. I'll have to find out.
Oh, it'd be
You
great.
don't know how difficult it is that I can't drive. You have no idea.
Yeah.
They told me initially I can drive after 2 weeks, but then there was a criteria of having never been on a certain medication. If you've never been on it, they won't let you drive for the first 3 months because they have to monitor you. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I can't drive. What am I gonna do? I feel like I'm in lockup.
That is difficult. I agree with you.
Oh,
But if you need,
but
you
it
need a
is-
ride, Rena, just let me
Believe me.
know. I'll come get you.
Thank you. Believe me, I'm like thank God my daughter has been absolutely amazing. And
She is
it's in my
amazing.
best interest that I'm not driving yet. It probably was way too soon. But all of this in time. But I just my daughter, I can't even, I know this isn't part of the meeting, but she's just been extraordinary.
Yes, you're very lucky.
I
Yeah.
really am.
Right, that's great. I'm glad she's here.
Thank God. She almost wasn't because she was flying back from Brazil to see me, and she almost didn't get to see me before I went in.
Uh-huh.
And by a stroke of God, I'll have to say, she
Yes.
got here. So,
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
yep.
She's a good girl.
Time.
Blessings, blessings, blessings all around.
That's absolutely right.
Okay. Can we have a motion to end the meeting?
So moved, Bear.
Yeah.
Justin, is there a second?
second,
Fred? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We will see you next month.
Okay.
Take care, everyone.
You as
Thank
well.
you again.